It did. I got 9 o'clock on November 24th, 2025, in the boardroom of Chickasaw County Courthouse. We'll call this meeting to convene. Roll call. Member Suko, Zawinski, Carter, Hackman are present. Breitbach is absent, along with Board Secretary Sheila Shackleton. Bear with me today, I got a little bit of a cold, so. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Isaac to approve today's agenda as presented. Any discussion? If not, roll call. Travis?
Aye.
Isaac? All right. Scott?
Aye.
Jake? Aye. Motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve. Approve the minutes from last Monday, the 17th. Any changes, corrections?
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Travis to approve the minutes from Monday, November 17th. Any corrections, discussion? If not, roll call. Scott?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Isaac?
Aye.
Jake, aye. Motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve. Approve minutes from November 18th, which is the second tier canvas.
No move.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion by Isaac, second by Scott to approve the minutes from November 18th. Any discussion? If not, roll call. Isaac?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Jake, aye. Motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve. We'll kind of do a two-part with Dave here. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Discuss the Heritage Center. So there's been some discussion between me and Wick. Wick is coming down in December 17th to meet with me. They want to know how much room they can potentially have for their WIC clinic on Wednesdays, once a month. So I will show them the space then. Also, Northeast Iowa Community Action reached out to me, and they are applying for a state RFP right now that would require them to have another office space. Dave, what do you think is ready and we're at?
Well, at the present time, we only have one smaller office that would be available, and that's right off the dining area there to the east. I think Deb has been storing some tables in there and stuff like that, which I think should continue to like to, be able to put some tables in there or whatever. After discussing it with her this morning, we were both under the assumption that we kind of got to know how much room they need and what all they're expecting.
Correct. So when this individual reached out, they have a spot to put in the RFP that they have an office in the Heritage Center in Chickasaw County.
Now down on the south end, the hallway that we have occupied by several different agencies now, that hallway is basically all used up, so we would have to go to the end and use one of the rooms that's in the circular area on the south end of the building. Now that would also entail probably paint and new lights and whatever, because those are the way they've been for 50 years. So.
They still have the bed lights in there.
Yes. It would take just a little remodeling on our end.
So I guess we need to know if the board's willing to lease another office for Northeast Iowa Community Action. Currently, they have the one right around the corner, and then they have, I believe, Paul Duff as a resource, a couple rooms down.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and in the past here, with the agencies that are there now, some of them we've accommodated with desks and tables and such that we've had available, which I think we've depleted all of our available resources for that now. So whatever they're hoping to have, they're gonna have to bring on their own as far as desks and chairs and whatever, so.
is the board willing to open another space up for Northeast Iowa Community Action at the Heritage?
Yeah, I guess I would look at maybe going into that farther to the south.
Do we have the mobility down there already?
That was occupying one room, but I'm not sure if they're even there anymore. It seemed to me something might have changed in that situation. I'd have to check for sure. But I don't think they were using one room, but I don't know how much they're doing it now.
Gotcha.
Is there 2 rooms available, or how many rooms are on that?
Oh, if you get way down to the south end, there's probably, what, 8?
Four on each side.
Yeah.
Well, would it make sense, would they be willing to move everything down there?
Ooh.
Well, I think Community Action's got that big office that's right there inside the back door, just for the sake of being easy access for people to come in and go right around the corner. I think that was their theory when they started there, so.
I think this third office is more coordinator position to one-on-one clients. Not saying the other one is not either, but that one might see more foot traffic.
Yeah, and when we were discussing it this morning, yeah, that room that Community Action has right now is rather big. But unless you've divided it with a permanent wall, I'm sure the privacy thing's gonna kick in and they're not gonna wanna be, having information being heard from one side to the others.
Are you okay, Travis?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes, if we got the space, then fine.
Okay. We'll go back to public comment here. Any requests, Sheila?
Nope, but let me check one. I never asked that. Is there any public comment? No. Thank you.
Perfect. So then I guess the department update, Dave. Dave approached me last week sometime to see if the board is willing to do a position called contract employee. I know we've done that in the past, maybe for snow removal or just throwing this out. What is the board gonna do with the north side of the Heritage? Are we gonna keep it as is? Are we gonna get it ready for spaces? Are we, you guys wanna talk? I mean, winter, if it doesn't snow, do you have a lot of work to do, Dave and Deb?
Well, obviously, if it doesn't snow or the winter's rather calm, then yeah, that would free up a bunch of time, yeah.
Correct.
I mean, there are obviously bigger projects that could be worked on in the courthouse here too, as far as some painting goes and inside window washing and stuff like that. So there are plenty of things to keep doing, so.
I'm not gonna mention the name, but I think he approached you. He used to work for the county under your supervision. Just wondering if that's an option down
So
the
you
road.
wanna look at contract just for the winter, like so many months or whatever?
Dave approached me with it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it would just be, if we had a harsh winter and we needed extra help snow removal, this person said that they would be available if we wanted to do like a position where, just like an on-call type of thing to help with snow removal.
But I'm just gonna float the idea. Don't have to act on it today. By no means. I was just bringing it up for your guys' discussion today or a later point.
Well, I guess I mean, what are we talking, just a snow removal, possibly a project down at the Heritage?
Correct, that would be the two main things, yes. If we had, demolition project that, would entail, some man hours of, destruction down there and hauling out materials and whatever, so.
I guess that'd be fine with it.
So in the past, these people sign a contract for a certain time to certain end time. They're not an employee, they're just a contract employee. We've done it with the recorder's office, and I know we've done it with the auditor's office with past employee Kathy Lechtenberg. So
they 1099 if they're just contract?
yeah, that's how they pay them in the
I
past.
think they paid Kathy like an employee though.
She never advertised for the job, so I think she was a contract employee.
Well, yeah, she was contracted to work for those.
Correct.
years.
Yeah, I don't know how the 1099 works, or,
But the 1099 works if you don't have control over their tools or their time. But-
Well, I just don't, make it clear if that's the route we go, that this individual knows that they're gonna have to pay taxes.
Correct. We'll look into it. I'll talk to the county attorney, but I know we've done this in the past. It was just an opportunity to help out Dave because he's been without a lot of people lately.
Yeah, and you know, depending on the winter, I mean, if we had a harsh winter, yeah, I probably would struggle to get everything taken care of in a timely manner, so.
All right, anything else, Dave, on department update?
I think that's it for now.
All right, thank you.
Oh, one more item I did think about. The air conditioner for the courthouse is still on schedule to be here December 17th, I believe Mick told me. And the plan is, unless the winter is really bad by then, it's gonna be installed when it gets here.
Perfect. Yeah, line up the request that he needs planking.
Actually, I talked to Mick about that the other day, and he doesn't know, because I asked him, you know, tell me what you need and I'll get it lined up. And he said, well, depending on whether the crane is out in the street or out in the yard, which I believe it's gonna be out in the street because the last time that they did a project with compressors up there, he was out in the street and that worked just fine.
So
So,
you were able to work with the city to have traffic control?
yes, yep. I think we had that street locked off for a morning, so.
Okay.
But as it gets closer, I'll take care of the details on that part and, you know, we'll get everything lined up for whatever the crane needs and go from there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Isaac, would you like to go get some Renee for the AEDs, please?
Have a good day. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Morning, Renee. Next thing on the agenda is discuss AEDs at county facilities. Good morning, Renee.
Morning.
So she presented this to us, it was on her desk last week. Option 1, option 2, and then a summary that we requested a couple weeks ago. Help me out, Renee, please. So the current AEDs, the replacement pads were ordered June 25th of 24.
Yeah, because they were expired. So, we bought the replacements knowing that they expired in 25. To replace them now is $527 a machine. So 60 units, that'd be $31.62, and then it'd be every 2 years. And like I say, in a year it went up, what, 200 and whatever. So I don't know what the continued increase will be. It was brought to our attention, maybe it would be a good idea to go with the same AED that the EMS uses. So we looked into that, and the Zoll only comes in English. So really, I think we would all agree that there's a lot of bilingual people in Chickasaw County, so you'd be looking at like 2 machines, you're looking at 24,000. The pads, the batteries, the training alone is $842 for the training kit, and I would need at least a couple of those to do the trainings. Then the Avive is what I looked at originally. The unit is $1,614 for each. They're bilingual. They have a button on them for kids, and like if it's a kid, you just hit the little kid button, whatever. And in talking with Joel Knudsen, the EMS director, he said that most of the time they pull the pads off anyway to put their own on, and it's like $18 and something per pad, so it's not a super big cost. And the whole point of this is to have something available to the common public to help someone who's in distress. So I think the Vibe is the best option, is the cheapest option that I found.
Can you refresh us where the six are located? Public health, heritage?
Public health, heritage, secondary roads, here,
Airport,
airport, conservation has two.
conservation has two.
One in their building and then one at the airport. And the other thing is the Vibe is from -4 degrees to 140 degrees. So that's okay for out at the airport for the camping season. And the Vibe, or the Zoll was likes to be kept at a consistent temperature of like 72 degrees or 73 degrees, which might be tough to do.
Is there something wrong with the ones that we have other than the pads, batteries?
Yeah, but if you do the math here, if I'm looking at this correct, you have to replace the pad and battery every 2 years. The ones you're recommending is an 8 year, so you're actually gonna save money if you look at it that way.
8 years, that's just the warranty.
Oh, okay.
So they could very well last longer than that, and there's no batteries on them. You charge them once a year for 4 hours. And then the pads, you get free if you use them. And the training pads are also free.
Still, it's a more cost effective decision,
I think so, but I'm just giving you what
based on the numbers, yeah, I think so.
Most public places have these now, schools, counties. What do you guys wanna do? You wanna break them up into specific areas, or do you wanna just find the money? We gotta do something before December 25th. That's a guarantee. So,
yeah, because otherwise we'd have to just totally remove them, because you wouldn't wanna be, like they were before they were in there and expired, so that would have been even worse than not having.
I agree with you, I think you need something that's bilingual. I really do. This day and age, particularly.
I looked up the statistics, it was like from 2020, it was only like 8% of the county, but that's, 6 years ago, so I think there's been a major increase.
I agree.
cause some departments, I believe, have safety equipment, but like the two at the airport, we go into the weeds with this, but I don't know where they came from.
That's what I was
When we-
just gonna ask, we don't have the original.
Yeah, Jeff said that he paid for the ones that he has out of his budget, and the rest of them came from the court, or somehow or other paid, not out of his. And then the more I thought about it is when I did the battery thing, everybody paid for their batteries. Like, Chad, I billed him for his batteries when we did it in 24.
And I think we built a lot of safety accounts back then, too, didn't we?
But we were expecting, I don't think, to buy new units.
Yeah, but we got a budget in there.
We do have,
What fund do we use county betterment or no?
county betterment fund is only supposed to be used for the unincorporated areas of the county. Yeah, so the airport could be used out of that.
Conservation.
Conservation.
General can be used for
Yes, I think it was just battery pads.
Two, and then. Is that 46?
I mean, the budgets themselves have enough money, it's just a line item like that. So, you could go over our line items, we found that out with departments.
So we have the heritage,
Heritage, public health building, courthouse, secondary roads, paint shop, and then 2 for the county conservation.
is that coming here?
Airport has 1. Does he bring that in the winter? Or is it not?
Yeah, I have it.
You have it.
So we have 6.
I think it's a good idea to have it out there, I mean, for
Yeah, but the park's closed right
the amount of people that are out there during the summer.
now. What do you guys want to do?
Probably just split over the departments.
put them in the departments or the buildings, where they're at, the buildings.
So like Heritage and here would be out of Dave's budget.
So the Heritage has its own.
Oh, okay.
And the community building has its own,
Yeah.
and the courthouse. Secondary roads would be out of yours, and then conservation would be out of this,
Correct, but we have to talk to him, because that's his budget.
right?
And we have to talk to Roman too, to see.
I mean,
One time 1,600,
like,
right? One time is 1,600 per piece.
yeah, and then we get a year free of the subscription, and then it would be $149. So public health would be $150 a year.
Well, it's not public health, it's the.
Or, sorry,
service bill.
sorry.
And the annual subscription's $149 per.
And that won't be until next year.
Right,
Correct.
I'm just thinking, so we put it in there.
So is there a motion to purchase these 6 pending a phone call to Chad and a phone call to Ruben?
So,
Do we go ask him?
Second.
Or do we have
We'll
to
just
have
put pending, because we gotta talk to Chad too.
it? Super. So does this mean that we have to have another meeting?
No,
This just means you have to ask them.
unless
and
they
can let
don't
me know.
approve it, then we won't buy them, their department.
Okay.
Because we gotta have their permission to spend their money. You know what I mean? I've been down that road. So the motion is by Scott, second by Isaac, pending the engineer and county conservation directors to purchase 6 of them. One for the community service building, one for the heritage building, one for the courthouse, one for the main shop, and 2 for the county conservation. Did you put the name down? Is that the correct motion, Scott?
What date are you talking?
This is per unit,
Yeah, but I was wondering, I thought you said date.
oh, the name of it.
Oh, the name, okay.
Any other discussion? If not, roll call, Scott.
alright,
Isaac, Travis,
Aye.
Jake, motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving down, review and approve resolution 11/24/25-53. This resolution ensures the retirement plan remains in compliance with the IRS qualification requirements.
So I got an email from, give me a second, from Nancy Stern from the, Heritage Benefits. And, she wants to make sure that we're complying with the new IRS Secure 2.0 Act of 2022. And she says by adopting the amendment now ensures that the plan does reflect current laws and operations. So with this, with the new rules, I guess there's reasons why you could take your money out, and we're just gonna go by default and say no, and just that we reviewed. And, then I need your signature, or the
Chair signature.
chair signature on
Of the application, and then is it the board on the resolution?
it's just you.
Just the board's chair signature.
Or should I just put my name on there? Since it's your
You
resolution.
could, you could,
I'll just put absent.
Yeah.
And then you sign this, why don't we do that? I guess I didn't even look at it.
is there a motion for resolution 53?
so,
Motion by Scott, second by Travis to approve resolution 11/24/25-53. Forward record of action for retirement plan remains in compliance with the IRS qualification requirements. Any discussion? Roll call, Scott.
alright,
Travis. Isaac.
Aye.
Jake, aye, motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve.
Sorry, I didn't put it in. If you don't mind. And then you need to sign. You might just put that in there, put Shrinsky's here, and then I'll put absence, see if they're okay. You guys don't mind. Thank you. No, absence, do you know?
Can I get those later?
Okay,
Discuss flex plan year ended June 30th, 2025. You guys got this letter, I think last week in your mailbox. Looks like a total of $12,654.90
Yes.
is what's gonna be refunded.
yeah, but it should have been deposited already, so just wanted you to be aware of that.
Any action needed to,
We just put it in there.
just gonna put it,
Yeah.
perfect. Any questions on that? If not, Isaac, would you like to go get rolling for this next one?
Sure.
Thank you.
You got a good seat, Travis.
I know.
Just knocked on the door.
Yeah, it's a copy of this one.
Yeah,
Did you get a copy of the spreadsheet I gave the board?
No.
I have one. This is what I must that we paid so far and these have not been paid.
this next thing is the tax incentive financing indebtedness certification to the county auditor. If you want to explain a little bit about this
So-
process.
I need to certify the debt with the state and so that it starts coming out, that portion of tax for TIP. And the 600,000 is good, you know, it's the bond or the loan, and so that is one part of the certified. But we have to decide, here we have costs that we've already paid through the general basic. We got pending cost, and we have to decide how we're gonna pay for them, because if we're gonna pay, you know, add to that $600,000, I need to know so I can certify it, because everything has to be done December 1st. So I had talked to, and Jake was privy to this conversation, to the Howard County Auditor, and she said that, they ate some of their costs, general basic did,
Because it's the urban renewal plan.
yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that came up to designing the ordinance, designing the parcels with the wind turbines. Is that project specific, you know, or like the blight analysis? So long story short, a county north of us, it stayed in administration services, general basic. Now, moving forward to a project, should those costs go with the bond, or How
should
much do
they
you?
go, so do we, from the $600,000 that Roman, or that the county gets, should, what cost should go against the bond, and what cost should be paid in, plus the bond? You know, cause I can put the 600,000 and certify that, and I can also certify debt, that money that comes back to the county, like 50,000. But do we wanna do that, and how much, and if we do, how much do we wanna
What
do?
was the ordinance? Did we change that for architect fees and the setup with the attorneys? Do you know, Roman? Was it 50,000?
No, it was 40.
It was 40?
Or when you change to add your lawyer legal fees.
Yes.
I think I can't remember what you added for that individually. I thought it was 50,
Sounds like 50.
I thought it
and
was
now it's
52.
in excess of that.
Correct, so I don't know if we'd go above that, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, and your legal costs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my personal opinion is that 600 was for the project. I don't think that should, I mean, Scott, I don't know where your number for 600 came from when you said it,
Well,
but now we keep going down and down and down. Personally, I guess I would recommend that the 600 is devoted to the project itself, and the rest is, I mean, it's gonna be paid back with TIF if you certify debt.
So what
Up to
about,
maybe that max in that ordinance, I don't know how that works.
what about the engineer? Do you think that goes part of the building?
I would assume that, yeah, that's more so, but I'm just thinking if that, I mean, you already paid 26 out of that. I hope that when those bids come in, they're low, but I have a feeling we keep taking money away from what we have in the plan. It's gonna be just either address it now or address it then.
Right, and I agree with
If you
you.
have the capability of TIF paying it back, whether it's paying back that bond or paying back what the county already spent, I guess to me, what's the difference?
But if we put the 40,000 and we're only allowed to do 50,000, and we take that cost, what about the bond costs? Who should pay those? Cause we got Piper and Sandler that's gonna ask for 11,500. We got Gaylor's and Clee, just to get the $600,000, you know, we got 14,400. So,
What Jake alluded to a little bit there was, what's project specific? You know, the bond was project specific to me. That's why I interpreted it. I think that should be part of the tip, the setting all this up that we've done over the last couple of years, all of that, prior to us actually starting down the road on the project. I can see that being paid out of the general basic.
so you would go like, would you say from July 28th on, and that would be bond specific, or would you just forget that and just do the engineer cost of the 26,069? And we gotta pay Piper Sandler's and we gotta pay Ayler's cleaning. So would you just,
I wouldn't go by a date.
Do you have a copy of that ordinance?
What's that?
Do you have a copy of the urban renewal plan? Does anybody have one?
I have one in office. The amended one?
Probably both.
I guess in my opinion, what would be most beneficial to the project would be to have all this stuff paid for as far as certifying debt, and then worry about the bid with that 600,000. Second best request, I guess, would be take the 40,000 out of that bond amount, and then remainder is for construction.
For 560.
So here's the resolution with our amended form.
Okay, Cause I know Roman, a couple times we talked about that specific architect and I thought in the amendment, we changed it up a little bit. It'll take me a little bit to look for it here. And I bet we could call Jason too. So under number 2, planning, engineering fees for urban renewal plan, attorney fees, administrative and other related costs to support the urban renewal projects and planning, not to exceed 50,000.
But that's under the.
That was for the beef, that's because we had to make that amendment too. But we also amended item number 2, not to exceed 50,000. So I think the way I read it is we can only certify debt that is 50,000.
Well, that's what I
To
was,
go against the urban renewal TIF project. We, the county, can still say we're gonna eat these costs with general basic. But the 50,000 can cover attorney fees, planning, engineering fees, admin, and other related costs to support the urban renewal plan.
Well, there you go, you got 50,000 out of your potential 75,874. And you don't bet 11.5 from Piper Sandler was apparently gonna get
The
reduced.
discount,
I don't know how much, but
I don't either. But we have contracts with Piper, business agreement plans with Piper and Ehlers of the 14.4.
then are we gonna have more moving forward, say with the B-22 paving project?
Yeah, they get to add cost every time.
So, I mean, is that something that you wanna amend your admin costs? If you're already, I mean,
You can do that for next year, won't you?
we'll be,
You're going off a bid for that, what, first
we're gonna
year?
be
February, March.
going into looking for a loan here soon.
So this is the December 1st check off. What does this board want to certify with the auditor? The 600,000 is very self-explanatory. She has that. I think we should certify the whole 50,000.
and in future years, it'll be easier for us, it's just now we're looking, we've always been keeping track of these costs, so we're just, what do we wanna do with them? And we've been, I kinda need the label.
I'm agreeing with certifying 50,000, because when you authorized it, why not do it?
Correct.
But then you've got 11.5, let's just say with these numbers, 11.5 and 14.4 from Piper Sandler and Ehlers and Cooney, and then an additional roughly 14,000 that'll be coming from Natura. Is that 14,000 from Natura going to be paid for by the loan? And then the additional from Piper Sandler and Ehlers and Cooney would be GV for your admin stuff?
You guys understand that? So anything prior to the said project, where should those funds, general basic eat it? Or part of the 50,000 that we can check? For today's discussion is to let the auditor know that you guys want to check that box for the 50,000.
I would say we did it, we might as well
Collective
collect it.
dollars.
Yep.
To me, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's,
I mean,
that should be a given.
Correct.
But out of the 50,000, what are gonna be the costs?
Which,
you already have them all listed right there. Well,
Yeah, but they go
Except
to
if-
75,000, and I only.
that's Piper Sandler and Ehlers and Cooney that you haven't received those bills yet.
And so would you pay that, or would,
So when we do the budget amendment in the next discussion, she's gonna need line items to be entered into the expenditure side of the 600,000. When she gets a bill that are pending, the 11.5, the 14.4, the 13.930, where is she gonna code those? Is 99 gonna pay for it? Because TIF money doesn't come until September.
Yeah.
And at that point, roughly 380,
363.
360, 380 will come in.
368, I think it was.
Our first payment is due June of 27 of like 180,000. So there's gonna be plenty TIF money coming in to the TIF account. Just trying to make you guys all think of how this whole process is gonna work. She needs to know, the county auditor needs to know when she gets these next bills and all the bills for construction,
And I'm not so sure, aren't they supposed to be coming out of the bond?
you can,
Yeah, or you pay it,
or you
yeah,
can pay TIF.
yeah. It's like that's a lady thing. She knows something.
So for today's discussion, you guys want the 50,000 to be along with the 600,000. And we can get more answers of future bills, how they're supposed to be all funneled through.
Well, okay, so if the board thinks that the 40,000 should be part of that 600, or paid that architectural fees, if those are supposed to be paid out of that bond, you already paid $26,000. So does that bond pay back the county? And you've got
They could
roughly
reimburse
26.
it if you want, but like I said, well, like the auditor I talked to, she said that they ate it, but you can reimburse yourself. I mean, the tax money can come in, and then,
Well, okay, what I'm saying, you haven't paid Piper Sandler, Ayers and Cooney yet, those two items down there. There's no reason that those should be paid out of that $600,000, in my opinion, because it's not project specific.
it is.
It's
To
plan
get-
development, not project specific.
To get that $600,000, it costs $11,500 by pipe for
That's
them
a
to do.
percentage of the bond,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's
So that's,
project specific.
yeah, that was
would be,
project
But
person.
not that. yeah.
And then this 14,000, wasn't that for them to get ready for this bond? It wasn't, what- they already did their
Oh.
urban renewal plan.
Okay, well,
So
then if
these
you
are
take that,
projects.
that's 25,000 right there roughly. You leave the 26 that was paid for Atura, and that gets you right to your 50,000, close to. So then your next bills, if that's what the board wants to do, the Piper Sandler, Ayers and Cooney, and then the remainder of Atura's contract comes out of the bond amount, the 600,000. That equates to about $40,000. Or if you need to shuffle around to be exact, you can do that.
Let's visit with the bond attorney this week or next week
We're gonna put $50,000 down on it.
for the not to exceed
Yep, and we're gonna do 600,000, and we can write these up and have 50,000. You know,
for TIF to pay back.
yeah, because we're gonna have to be specific in that. So then we'll have to,
But Jake was just asking, for saying that you're gonna need to know how to code these bills. And I think that
he
that-
says for a budget
is a
amendment,
potential
but I have time to talk to the attorney before that.
Correct.
But the thing that's the time is essential right now is the certification.
December 1st.
December 1st, it has to be certified.
Which that already
It's
got
Monday.
approved just now, didn't it? Or,
We need a motion
Oh, no,
to certify the 50,000.
because you got it in the thing.
So,
It's in their renewal plan,
And
not to exceed. Is that the
you
board's?
said that you,
yeah, it's already been approved, the 50,000.
well, we can
Okay.
do it if you want, but I don't think you need to.
I think what needs to be approved, but, and you're gonna have to jot me those numbers around, I think, to come up with the exact number. But the level wrong going through those numbers is, how are we gonna code the other ones? That's what has to be approved when you do the budget amendment.
And the bills are gonna be coming in the next couple of weeks, so we're gonna have to pay for them out of either the bond or our administrative costs, because we don't have any tax money.
Correct. And in the admin costs, we only have 38,000 left to spend. So if we get all three of those bills, 11.5, 14.4, 13.9, it's over the 38,000 appropriated in the admin cost. Just want to make sure we have the appropriation side done too.
So you guys wanna give me a motion for the 50,000? Just certify?
I think it'd be safe to do that because the
Well, I think we can
original
get
plan
enough
is not
cost
to
here,
exceed.
yeah.
Do you need to say 650 or?
The 600,000's already been done through public hearings and
Yeah.
sold the bond, we sold that debt. I think it's the one that says not to exceed 50. Does the board want to take the whole 50?
Yeah, so.
So is that a motion?
Yeah.
Travis? Is there a second?
Is there a second?
I haven't heard of it yet.
Second.
Isaac. Motion by Travis, second by Isaac, to direct the county auditor to take not to exceed the $50,000 for the indebtedness certification. Any discussion? If not, roll call, Travis. Isaac.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Jake, aye, motion carried 4-0 with the absence. So then moving down to the budget amendment then. What we know so far is the 600,000 fund that Sheila's been working on.
What is? Sorry, Donna helped me. Okay, please.
The 60,000, let's discuss that a little bit on the health insurance. She'll work with it this week. I guess my vision was to get us something by next Monday, the 1st, or even the 8th, so we can have a public hearing on the 15th and 22nd. I did send an email to Jason. After we get the bond tomorrow in our bank account, they're gonna submit their bill within 2-3 weeks after. So we won't see their bill, I don't know about Travis, end of December. So that's why this budget amendment is needed. I have not heard from any other department.
We haven't put anything out there.
Correct, that's, yep. There's one that we gotta look at as planning commission, looks like that one's gonna trigger a budget amendment due to some insurance claims that were done. Anything else on the budget amendment? You guys wanna send a letter out, or you just wanna fix?
Oh, we need to send something out.
There will be a third one, because we just talked about it. Once we have all the process done for the B-22 project, that will have to have also the same budget amendment issue of not, we don't have the authority. Once we sell that bond, I don't know if there's gonna be any expenses out of it in this fiscal year, probably will be. It'll be the attorney fees, it'll be the bond agent.
Keep that in mind when we talk about a dollar amount, too, please.
About what?
The B-22
All the things that we
project.
didn't know that all of a sudden add to what we were hoping to utilize for actual physical.
Yeah.
Everything costs
I would-
money,
I would
doesn't
agree
it?
with
So this is budget number 2, amendment number 3 will happen sometime in February, March. So we can send a letter out, see if there's something that's really, really needed. Doesn't hurt, but this is not a wish list. This is just to fix something, if they see an error or not enough. But I think there will be a budget amendment number 3 after budget work sessions and the B-22 TIF project.
So you're gonna give a new item code to me for secondary roads portion of that health insurance increase.
Well,
We haven't got it all.
we are kind of going back and forth on how to handle it.
I'm
So
sorry I asked.
No, it's just how you take care of the general
We'll see.
basic, general supplemental.
We'll get through it.
It's taking out a raise budget. It's fine.
No, then,
What'd you just say?
those three are easy, because it's gonna be the ones that have insurance within the county general supplemental. Do we code each individual department?
Or do we just do an
Or do
adjustment?
we just do an adjustment of the 42,000, whatever's left?
Speaking with colleagues, there was many on both sides of the fence. So we're gonna confuse them, we're gonna,
Yeah. and I
Reach
just
out to the
wanna
private
know how
auditor.
this works into secondary roads budget. I mean, is
yeah, we'll let you know as soon as
it
we know.
adjusting every health insurance line item, which we have like
We're hoping
50?
not.
So,
So anything else? I mean, you guys want to send a letter out to see if there's needed fix, but this is not a wish list.
Okay.
Yeah,
And do you want
I
to?
think we can send something out, but yeah, I think you can put it right, because it's just a fixing something rather than, like you said, no wish list.
Yeah, and then I know intercog got billed too. We gotta look at that one too.
Yeah.
Intercog. So just a couple things that we saw in the last couple of weeks, but the main purpose of budget amendment number 2 is the 600,000 and the health insurance.
If we're gonna use this as our thing, there was one more, I think we need to do something with 30 again.
Okay, when you say health insurance, you're talking about that partial self.
Yeah, PSF fund.
Okay,
Yeah.
just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
This,
Okay, so we're working on the budget amendment, just, we'll send a letter out and see if anybody needs anything fixed up. Moving off of that topic, a review and approve agreement to terminate the Chickasaw Cedar Lake Improvement Council and the intergovernmental agreement. Scott brought this to the county attorney on that committee. Anything, Scott? We have a resolution or just a
no, there's
motion?
an agreement.
It's just an agreement. I do.
Assignment report back October 15th, that we had met and decided to dissolve that old 2080 between the city of Nashville, county conservation, and the county board of supervisors.
I did read an email, maybe you too, Scott, that once we make action on this, it's supposed to be sent over to County Conservation Board and the city of Nashua to do their proper action on it too, so. We'll be the first ones to sign off on it, if that's what this board intends to do. Is there a motion to have myself sign this terminated agreement to terminate the Chickasaw Cedar Lake Improvement Council and the intergovernmental agreement?
Remove the chairman's signature.
Correct.
Motion by Scott, second by Travis, to authorize myself to sign this agreement to terminate. Any discussion? Roll call, Scott,
Aye.
Travis, Isaac,
Aye.
Jake, aye, motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve. All right. EMS department, through some emails and some phone conversations with the director, we do have to delete the third item. Approve the hiring of Raven Hirsch as part-time EMS driver. Found out on Friday that we have never advertised for that position. So therefore, we cannot hire for that position. So that has been deleted, or I'm gonna take it off because we cannot do that. The other three though, with some research and some conversation, he's just moving them from, the first two are moving them from part-time EMT to part-time RN exempt paramedics. They both received their certificate as either an RN nurse or whatever, all that works out. So he is recommending the top two to be approved, since we do have postings out there for those positions. The fourth one is approve the hiring of Brady as paramedic EMS. And that job posting was out there too. He is requesting to be on the agenda next week to see if the board wants to advertise for EMS drivers. But for today, we're just gonna act on The first two and the fourth one. If that all makes sense. I think we should do them all at once. If this is indeed what we wanna do.
Start figuring effective date.
Which one is the
Effective date,
Mhm.
but they're different rates.
We've done that before.
If you guys wanna do them together, or whatever you guys wanna do, one by itself, or
They better do it by themselves, just because the rates are.
is there a motion?
Make a motion to, approve the status change for Sharon, was it Rover? Part-time EMT to part-time RN exempt paramedic EMS at the wage of $24.67 per hour effective November 24th, 2025.
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Isaac to approve the employment status change for Sharon Roberg. Any discussion? If not, roll call. Scott?
Aye.
Isaac?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Jake, aye, motion carried 4-0 with the absence of Steve. The second one then is the Carly Hartson.
I'll make a motion to approve the employment status change for Kelly Hartson from part-time EMT, part-time line, exempt paramedic. Wage of $23.78, effective November 24th.
Is there a second?
Sorry.
Motion by Travis, second by Scott to approve the employment status change for Carly Hartson from part-time EMT to part-time RN. Exempt. Any discussion? If not, roll call. Travis?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Isaac?
Aye.
Jake, aye. Motion carried with the absence of Steve. And the last one is approve the hiring of Brady Norman as part-time paramedic for the EMS department at the wage of $27. Since this was a new hire, there is a background check that Joel sent in an email that has been done and approved by Joel Knudsen.
How many paramedics do we have now?
Oh,
Do you know?
I do have that sheet in front of me.
There it is, paramedics.
I got 14.
I got 14. And what are, how many are full-time? We're gonna,
How many are full-time?
we just got the one. Carly?
I think Carter's the only one.
I guess my other question is, what was our goal for how many paramedics do we?
And I think if Joel was up here, and they could do transports out of said places with paramedics, if I can remember right in the past.
Yeah, they gotta have paramedic do the transfer, but I guess, if we've got 14, I mean, what's the number we're shooting for?
Well, that's the question for the whole department. Because every time we add somebody, it's more everything, right? More payroll, more.
Payroll, over Scott.
And if we're not gonna hire them, I think we need to have a discussion next week to say the positions are filled. But on the website, we are still looking, so. Is there a motion to approve the hiring? Is there a motion to approve the hiring of Brady Norman?
I'd just like to have more information. I think if we just moved two MTAs to our exempt paramedic and we're still looking to hire another one.
I think Joel should come up here.
Yeah, I agree. Take one and have him come up here.
We're gonna, lack of a motion, more information is needed. We'll put that for next week. Committee assignments.
I had, FNC CI on the 18th. We went over August and October's financial reports, expend versus revenues. We did discuss some unallocated funds, the state's, saying they can carry over 20%, which is around $80,000. We need to find some use for those funds. We removed the $200 cap for preschool tuition. And then we had several requests come in for funding, CPR training for childcare providers, which was approved. Dental care for kids, they came in as well, where they go to schools and help kids who unfortunately can't receive that. That was approved also. Child protection center request funds, that was also approved. Family Together for supplemental services was approved. And we discussed wage enhancement, and that was tabled for now. Discussed multiple changes to ECI as far as districts, tool and FF changes. And our next meeting is February 17th.
Oh, we can have that.
FNC, let me see.
Travis, anything? Scott? I had a CSS meeting on Wednesday, the 19th. Yes. Just approved the contracted employees' timesheets. The claims this month was only 15,000. We are set our last meeting for December 18th. Unofficial, they're gonna give back about $2.5 million in the next week or two back to DHHS for their ending fund balance, so. Question was asked by the county if those are county funds, like the 2080 says. The DHHS has overruled through the new law that any funds left over is the state's funds, so. Finishing up, one or two claims I bet this month, this week, that's why we're having an early meeting. December 18th will be our last CSS meeting to authorize that transfer to the state of Iowa. Otherwise, that's it on CSS. Discuss future agenda items.
I got EMS driver. Now,
We'll put Joe Knudsen back on. Probably for job posting and the current one that was on, it's up to him. So tomorrow, just an FYI, it looks like the money is gonna be transferred by, I think I saw an email noon tomorrow to our bank account that Matt Eisman is working on. It will be an interest-bearing account. So part of the budget amendment is to get those funds set up so that we can start spending out of it. Jumping to December 8th, I need to visit with a couple of you. It seems like we have a lot going on for that 1 o'clock department head meeting. Wondering if we should do the safety meeting before, like at 12:30, just so we can have a good department head meeting about budgets and insurance, and have a discussion about the letter that needs to be sent out to them to start working on their budgets. You guys could come at 12:30 for a safety meeting, or 1 o'clock for a department, just so we're out of there by 2:30. Otherwise, I'm gonna start working with Jason and Travis sometime in December on the second bond debt service for the B-22 project. We wanted to finish up with this one tomorrow before we start talking the next one. I see some newspaper articles about counties meeting on compensation. Remind you, we don't have a compensation board. But do some research and start thinking about that. Just a question. Do you guys want to see any department budgets in December? January 2nd falls on a Friday. We have to meet January 2nd per Iowa law to do all of our organization, chair, vice chair, mileage. We gotta do the master matrix too sometime in December, January.
I'm holding off till Lisa lets me know because I let it go too early all the time.
So we do have to meet January 2nd. Whoever the chair is on January 5th. Do you guys want to start setting up department budget work sessions, like on the 5th, 6th, 7th? Remind you, they have to get it to the auditor, I think, by the 15th of January, which is kind of early this year because the 1st and 2nd is on Thursday, Friday. So think about that for next week's discussion for future agenda items. You guys want to hammer them out 4, 5, 6, 12, finish up on the 13th? Or do you guys want to see some on the 29th and 30th of December? Just let us know. December is coming fast, so.
Well, we get like maybe
I'm wondering
building
about
budget's done,
What,
like buildings on the 29th or
do the buildings on the
something
29th?
like that, some of that smaller stuff that just.
Do you have the worksheets available yet?
I got everything installed, but I'm not doing worksheets
No.
because it goes by our last claims. So when I go to do the worksheets, then that's the one that stays with them. Now, does it matter? I don't know. It has their last year's, it has,
Previous 2 years.
yeah, so, I mean, they can kind of see what they spent.
So we could have the department head meeting at the 8th at 1. We could direct, can't make action because it's not a board meeting, it's a department head meeting. So we could make action on the 15th to send the paperwork out. Does that give enough time for the 29th?
Oh, that's a good idea.
The 29th for some of the building departments, which is Dave's.
Well, we'll
So just throw some dates out there, it's coming up quicker again.
Well, I don't know about like some of those nonprofits, if you, that's a part-time year, should get them to get in here. But if they get
Well,
their
we-
presentations done,
I have one, right? So.
if they just have their presentations done either by the end of the year, that, even that first week of January.
Do you guys want to see anything like the 22nd? Some of those nonprofits?
That's what I'm wondering, if we couldn't get some of those lined up.
Any conflict with you, Isaac, or? Do you guys want presentations from the elected officials? January 5th, or do you wanna, like we did last year, we brought all 5 of them in? Or do you want to, I think it worked well with all 5 present, compared to bringing it up in their own department budget. So I'm just trying to get a timeline. Shoot for like the 29th for them, or the 22nd, so they can prepare their budgets. Maybe we should see them first on the 15th, 22nd,
That's, yeah,
because they're gonna get the worksheets on the 15th, or a little bit after.
Well, could we direct them, could we get the worksheets to them, like either send them on the 8th? That morning?
The 8th.
Do they need the worksheets when they're asking about their comp
you
though?
need to take a motion.
No, because they know what they need this year.
What's your question?
Yeah, so we have a department head meeting on the 8th, I mean, we have our supervisor meeting that morning. Would it work to make a motion to get their papers to them that week pending the discussion later in the afternoon with department heads?
could, I don't know what would change.
I don't either, that's what I'm just saying, that way it'd speed us up.
Oh,
We're gonna talk about,
insurance and cost
well,
of living.
yeah, like, what would you give them for their budget? Allow them in the budget?
At 8 o'clock in the morning at the general meeting, we could.
I'm just thinking then it might make it easier for them.
So we have something and a motion on the 8th, we meet with them at 1. That might work. When do you want to meet with the elected officials? 15?
I think so.
So that gives us 3 weeks to prepare and research.
We would do that last year, like on the 5th or something.
I think so.
We did that, I believe, on a separate date in our meeting.
So do you wanna do it on the 16th?
I'd have to see if there's court date for David.
Oh,
But if we don't have that discussion, then we can't really, they can't put a number in for budgets.
Yeah.
So let's regroup next week on the 1st, but tentatively we'll do 8 o'clock, the letter for cost of living and / health insurance.
I should have a hard number by the end of the day on the 4th.
Oh, I don't know.
so on December 8th, you're doing what?
Discuss in regular session about the letter sent out to department heads. And then we can discuss that, then I guess, can't make any action at 1 o'clock, but we can discuss it. And then the 15th, or whatever, we could do the elected officials. And then I think we wait until the 29th, 30th for those nonprofits, and then hit it hard the 5th, 6th, 7th with the department head team. Specific departments.
When are you nonprofits on?
See if we can do some either the 22nd, 29th.
Okay. Okey dokey.
Because that gives the department head team then about 3 weeks to prepare their budgets for the 5th, 6th, 7th. 15 minutes enough? If you guys want a half an hour, you've been all up here many times. Isaac couldn't do this one. Do you want? Some of them would be a half an hour, but most of them would be 15 minutes or less. Because you gotta think about the atomic boards too. So they need permission. If they get the worksheets on the 8th, their meetings are usually what?
First Monday, well, conservation will be first Monday, right?
So they're gonna be, they moved it to Tuesdays.
What did they?
Yeah.
So they're gonna meet December 2nd and January 6th. So they won't come up until the 7th for that department. We're doing some more thinking, but I think we have a very good timeline right now. The 8th, the letter, department head meeting, and then the 15th would be elected officials. And then they start coming in the week before Christmas or the after. Because you don't have time to enter it.
15th, that's the.
January 15th will come up quick because New Year's on that Thursday.
When then with them extended, they put it on to April, why did they extend that another week?
That's a good question too.
So okay. All right.
Any questions? It's just tentatively. Nothing set in stone. Anything else, guys? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So. Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Isaac to adjourn at 10:14. Roll call, Scott.
Aye.
Isaac.
Aye.
Travis.
Aye.
Jake, aye. Motion carried with the absence of Steve.
I will get those right to you, okay, Bob? Soon as
No.
I can do that actually now without the signature.